Welcome, dear. Welcome, dear.
Welcome, my dear.
Very funny. I know.
That was don't kill me because
No. There's no way we can even kill you. So I told the person on Instagram, don't mess with me on Instagram, otherwise I will just block you. Block you straight. You mess up, you get blocked.
you know. And if I would say you mess up, I block you.
I blocked you straight out. No time for rubbish. Mm.
Adez. Adez. Ada. Are you awake? You know you are my first wife. First and only wife.
Yes, sir.
I need you to tell me what is going on in this house.
Take again.
Why are you suddenly friends with Mex and Kemi? Why? All of a sudden.
Chineke me. But that is what you have always wanted, Nachukoma.
Yes, but I know it's impossible.
It is possible, no? You have nothing to worry about.
I don't just believe it. And Kemi, you need to tell me the truth. What is the motive behind this weird unity among three of you? What is the motive?
Oh, call me. Eh? Well, let's just say we have found a common ground. Isn't that what you have always wanted?
But you've always told me that it's impossible for women married to one man to be friends. You've always said that.
I was wrong. And you have nothing to worry about. Trust me. Oh, call me.
So why am I worried if I have nothing to worry about?
I don't know, Don.
So whose idea was it for three of you to make peace?
Don, it was the three of us. The three of us came up with a peace and unity move at the same time.
Well, I'm not sure I like that idea.
Don. Do you want us to go back to fighting and bickering?
No.
So what do you want, Don? You really need to make up your mind.
I don't know. I don't know. Next.
Hmm? Yes, Don.
You know that you are my favorite wife. So if Adeze and Kemi plan to harm me, you will tell me, right?
Why would they want to harm you, Don?
I don't know. I don't know. Now that three of you are now friends, you may decide to harm me.
Don. You are not our common enemy. And you have nothing to worry about.
Hi,
Hello.
you must be Daisy, right?
Yes, I'm the one. Biko, who are you?
I'm Rita, and I'm moving in.
As what, Biko?
Rita.
Hey, Daisy.
How you doing?
Chineke, who is this one? Biko, what is going on now?
Well, this is Rita. my new wife.
On the news tonight, President Muhammadu Buhari reiterates commitment to poverty alleviation at African Union Summit. Good evening and thank you for joining us on the news at 7 on Nta Lagos Channel 10. I am Essie Owamaka. We begin with where the African Union has formally declared 2022 as the Year of Nutrition and Food Security in Africa, consequently building resilience in nutrition, strengthening human capital, social and economic development has been launched as its theme for the current session. This was the high point of the opening ceremony of the 35th AU Summit in Ethiopia, during which President Muhammadu Buhari restated Nigeria's commitment to the reduction of hunger and malnutrition through the application of its agricultural policy framework. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has a report.
The declaration of 2022 as the Year of Nutrition and Food Security is in furtherance of previous AU decisions establishing an African task force on food and nutritional development, as well as drawing up an Africa Regional Nutrition Strategy 2016 to 2025. Speakers at the event were worried that the rising level of food insecurity, climate change, conflicts, and the multidimensional effect of the COVID-19 pandemic have gravely impacted economic development and population well-being on the continent, stressing the need for collective action towards addressing the situation. In his intervention at the closed session, President Muhammadu Buhari described as saddening that many years after the world committed to ending hunger, food insecurity, and malnutrition, Africa is far from achieving the noble objective. He said health, food security, and a flourishing agro-system remain preconditions for development, as well as key yardsticks for achieving Agenda 2063 and the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. Nigeria's agricultural policy framework, the President explained, encourages investments in expanding the productive capacity of farmers in view of their crucial roles in poverty alleviation. He said apart from inputs financing, linkages are also created between the farmers, processing plants, and ready markets through the Anko Grower scheme. Earlier at the opening session, President Macky Sall of Senegal took over as chairperson of the African Union from the Congolese leader Felix Tshisekedi.
We want a prosperous Africa based on sustainable and equitable development. Cooperation and collaboration is vital, not only for our health, but also for our collective survival. We need to accelerate investment into Africa. We need to the African countries with some economic fundamentals are not unduly penalized by markets and elected institutions.
Holding for the first time in 2 years due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the AU summit is expected to receive various reports, including the one on the implementation of the African Union Master Roadmap on practical steps towards silencing the guns on the continent. From Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Towards ensuring transparency and technology-driven pension services, the Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate (PTAD) has continued to organize stakeholders meetings across the country as well as launch new initiative. Nefishat Garaba reports.
The engagement forum by the Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate (PTAD) aimed at enlightening stakeholders on activities and welfare of pensioners through launching of the I Am Alive confirmation pilot test across the 6 geopolitical zones. It is also to test run the convenience and accuracy of the link and get feedback from the enrolled pensioners.
This is to take away the field verifications we've been carrying out over the years, which not only is it stressful for the pensioners, it's not very safe. A lot of them have to travel long distances before they get to our verification centers. It's also expensive, both for the pensioners and for government. So we're looking at something convenient.
Participants commended PTAD for the initiative, which they say will checkmate challenges of field verification exercises.
With this one that it has been, they have shown us, we will stay in the comfort of our home, and then we will do verification, and my life is the best way. When we heard from the ES, that is Mama Pension, we heard what she said, and her members, her directors. In fact, we are very comfortable.
Participants were drawn from across the Northeast sub-region. Nefisa Umar Garba.
Minister of Transportation Chibuike Rotimi Amechi has directed the contractors for the Kano-Kaduna Road project to break the construction work into gang for easy and timely completion before May 2023. He gave this directive at the monthly inspection in Kano State. Oyina Kakalo Oka reports.
It is a busy site with more equipment rolled out in compliance with the Minister of Transportation Chibuike Rotimi Amechi's directive in order to prevent the delay witnessed during the construction of the Lagos to Ibadan rail line project. At the Dawa Kinkodo construction site, there are more than 2,000 heavy equipment working daily to meet up with the deadline. The minister urged the contractors to break the work into phases for timely completion.
Break this into different gangs, so that everybody is working at the same time, living at the same time. If they do that, then I'm sure that before May 2023, we will have commercial activities on the track.
He acknowledged the challenge of funding.
So the Chinese are not funding the way they used to fund us. Now, up to now, we are going to conclude the loan on this project. So we are funding this project from the budget. However, we are putting pressure on all the necessary institutions that need to give us loan. Hopefully, that before May, we should be able to get enough money to complete this project. But currently, we are funding through the budget. We are approaching this of March again to fund out within this period between now and May, hoping that by the year we should be able to get the loan.
The 204-kilometer Kano to Kaduna standard gauge rail line, when completed, is projected to be one of the most economically viable tracks in the country, conveying both passengers and cargoes. Uyinaya Kalo Oka, NTA News.
Now, there is a renewed effort to redefine the automobile industry in Nigeria. And as a way of achieving impactful results, stakeholders are calling for the adoption of more local content to create jobs, as the present state of assembly plants is negatively affecting the fabrication and design subsector. Michael Olaleye tells us more.
Nigeria seems to have been turned into a graveyard for foreign used cars. This because the performance at the automobile sector is low, leading to reliance on imports to meet local demands owing to insufficient domestic vehicle production. This was not the case in the 1970s, when the nation can boast of 6 active automobile plants with capacity to meet the transportation needs of the people. Although the National Automotive Design and Development Council says at present there are 31 licensed manufacturers of vehicles with capacity to produce 205,000 automobiles, just a few are working because of funding challenge. Abiodun Oshokoya belongs to the maintenance and repair subsector of the industry. He shares his experience on how the private sector is supporting and promoting indigenous skills based on the prospect of the huge market yet untapped.
There are opportunities where we can actually bring up automobile graduate entrepreneurs within 90 days, and they are ready for the market, so that we can promote instead of depending on Tokumbo parts every minute. Most of the parts used on the vehicles can actually be remanufactured.
It is a noble initiative setting the right path to developing the automobile industry, but the worries of practitioners like Abiodun Oshokoya is for the sector to be developed beyond assembling and fixing to proper fabrication of locally made vehicles.
When you bring in SKD, the vehicles has been assembled. The only thing that is not there is the engine and the gearbox, maybe the windscreen, front windscreen, the windows, and they come in here, they just put in those ones, and then the vehicle is ready. But if it's, assuming it's CKD, at least we know that more people will be employed because you need to join all the parts.
Nigeria, however, is entrenching policies that will promote adoption of 100% local content in vehicle production, and government research institutions are taking a huge leap for the actualization. A good instance is the unveiling of an electric car and solar-powered vehicles charging station by the University of Lagos. Although this will augment research and learning, but it is a futuristic innovation looking beyond the fossil fuel era.
It is my plan that very soon we will launch and mass-produce renewable energy-powered vehicles, of which innovative Nigerian youth are an integral part of their conceptualization, design, and development.
Indeed, there is huge potential in the automobile industry in Nigeria, but stakeholders say utilizing local materials for fabrication and design will translate into meaningful job opportunities and wealth. In Lagos, Michael Alaleye, NT News.
And you'll still watching the news at 7 on NT Lagos Channel 10. More to come after this time out. Just stay with us.
When you think health and physical fitness, fun and business connect with Nigerian and international actors, golf is it.
I've been playing golf for almost 19, 20 years from now. I started playing golf in Koi Club, and later I got my handicap, and then I started playing tournaments. It helps me removing my stress. It's helping me to network with a lot of important and good people.
Golf is a game that brings people together. It's a global game, they say.
Join us as the second edition of Nigeria and International Community Golf Tournament tees off Sunday morning, February 13, 2022 at the Ikoyi Club 1938. Come and be part of history. Come and experience new dimensions in life and business. Golf, game of love and friendship.
You're welcome back now to more stories. The family of Ekpe Land have staged a peaceful protest calling on the Lagos State government to help restore the land taken over by the National Information Technology Development Agency (NITDA). This was during the opening hearing before Justice Sharafa Adeoye Olaitan, sitting at Legally Ayorinde Courthouse in Ekpe, Lagos. Diana Ajali tells us more.
It all began on May 19, 2021, when an evacuation order was posted on landed property belonging to the Edu family to vacate their land without prior notice from the Lagos State government.
We just see all of a sudden that many irregularities are springing up on our land. This land has been surveyed since 32 years ago, and we have every right to do and undo on our land. All those what government is doing, they didn't ask us to come to any meeting, nor they invited us or sent any letter to us. You just see people coming that they came from Alausa claiming the ownership that government has proposed to give them our land.
What we want the government to do is to give us our land, because what is good for the goose is good for the ganders.
So for there to be an acquisition under the Land Use Act, there must be a notice to the family, there must be a resettlement and compensation. None of this was done. And we just saw some people trespassing and encroaching on our client's land. And as a result, our clients, being law-abiding citizens, they approach the court through us to seek reliefs.
Though co-defendants were absent at the hearing, counsel to the defendants, Idowu Kayode Yusuf, gives an insight to circumstances leading to the order and steps taken so far by the court.
The government are saying they have acquired the land, so there is issue to be tried before the courts. That is why the matter is in court. And the law is, if a matter is before the court, parties are to maintain status quo.
Justice Sharafa Adeoye Olaitan orders that the defendants shall not take further steps to demolish the houses and properties of the claimants. The 400 hectares of land located at the Okobale Edu between Ekpe and Ibejuleki local government area of Lagos State, the Edu family claimed it was inherited from their father 32 years ago and has been in their custody since then. The case has been adjourned to April 4th, 2022 for further hearing. In Lagos, Diana Ajale, NTA News.
Talking education, Nigeria's economy has been consistently over the years tax dependent. This is basically so because its technological base is to a large extent foreign. Jessica Moses in this report takes a look at the crucial role of technical education in tackling the challenges.
By the colonial administration towards technical education in Nigeria began in 1946. Yaba Technical Institute, now known as Yaba College of Technology, established in 1947, was the first technical school. By 1952, other trade centers, including technical institutions in Enugu and Kaduna, were established. Former local technical teacher program in Nigeria began in 1962. Before then, the training of technical vocational teachers are undertaken in the United Kingdom.
The relevance of technical education has become very paramount because there is very high level of unemployment. As a result, technical colleges has become the panacea to solving the unemployment.
The Nigerian National Policy on Vocational Technical Education focuses on manpower training in applied science, technology, and commerce, with a view to providing local solutions to the nation's technological needs without totally depending on foreign technologies.
Our students have been really very competitive in the market because of the practical aspects of the work. Our job is 70% practical and just about 30% theory.
Since independence, the federal government, in recognition of the important role of technical education in meeting the acute need and shortage of technical manpower, had adjusted its education policies on technical education. As the nation pursues its objectives towards achieving a sustainable technical education development, discrimination against technical certificates and qualifications remains a major challenge.
So, this is less known to those who also design the policy. There's a sharp segregation between staff and lecturers in college education and polytechnic and universities.
Experts advocate support to individuals with technological innovations, particularly as many of such are being discovered on the social media.
I'm not actually a mechanic. I'm not actually a welder. What I just have talent. If I go to school now, I'll have an upper hand, like to get some system international in mechanical engineering and also in aeronautical engineering too.
When people talk about 419 and Yahoo Yahoo, it is misdirection of creativity and innovation. Now, when such energy is channeled into direct source, then Nigeria will be the best. And that may be why the Nigerian Institute of Technological Development Agency has become the hub through which such innovation and creativity is being encouraged.
Over the years, Nigeria has been rated low on the Global Innovation Index, but with more commitment on the part of relevant stakeholders, experts express confidence that the narratives could be changed.
In Lagos, Jesuton, Moses, and
Now, it is no longer fashionable for human traffickers to recruit victims by meeting the victim's parents or family members one-on-one, but have resorted to the use of the internet as a medium. Thomas Obetere in this special report takes a look at how human traffickers' business thrive on lies and deceit.
Gone are the days where human traffickers lie to parents and guardians of their victims about a promising future, only to be used as sex slaves in big cities, at home, and abroad.
Human traffickers are just a bunch of criminals who trade with human beings, for various reasons. The bottom line is to make money off a human being. So you can also, in the layman's terms, describe human trafficking as the buying and selling of human beings for the purpose of exploitation to make money.
This time around, human traffickers have resorted to the use of internet as a medium for the recruitment of their victims. Enticing messages of lucrative job abroad are disseminated to unsuspecting Nigerians who are at risk of falling victims of human trafficking. They end up being lured and subjected to all forms of inhuman treatment, such as forced labor and prostitution.
It's so rampant now because on daily basis you have occurrences of all of these human trafficking, and they have advanced to different methods. One of those is they carry out fake adverts, and sometimes they could use real adverts of some organizations.
With the use of the internet, human traffickers can now recruit millions of young Nigerians who patronize the information superhighway without strict supervision from parents or guidance.
The traffickers take these people by force or through deceit. Sometimes they are kidnapped. Sometimes they are deceived into believing there is a job when there is no job. As soon as they get to the destination, their passports are, their identity is taken off them.
Apart from being promised lucrative jobs overseas, victims are also enticed with the promise of good education or learning one trade or the other, but end up becoming domestic servants in cities, making money for their masters. In other words, human traffickers deploy deceit by always painting good pictures of what to expect to their victims. What is therefore the role of parents, the government, and other stakeholders in curbing this new trend of internet recruitment by human traffickers?
I can tell you that there are lots of cases right now in courts. I can also tell you that quite a number of cases have ended up in sentencing. We have some people in the prisons now serving their terms. We've got quite a number of convictions.
So in all of this, parents should sit up and then own up to their responsibility of sensitizing their children, more especially the desperate one, letting them know that it's not all juicy offers that are really worth it. And then also help to scrutinize some of these juicy offers, ask questions, reach out to the people concerned, and do not just allow their children to just pick their bags and then wave them goodbye. And then at the end of the day,
something else happens. While Nigerians are warned to beware of promises from strangers via the internet, human traffickers are also warned to desist from luring unsuspecting internet users into slavery, as the wrath of the law will soon catch up with them in no distant.
And to seeking for help, Miriam Thompson, a young lady living with sickle cell anemia, has been diagnosed with kidney failure. Ruth Peterside reports that doctors say she needs a kidney transplant.
Young lady full of life gained admission into Lagos State University, LASU, and has a dream of being a broadcaster like every other growing child that hopes for a bright future. Like the saying goes, if one part of the body suffers, the whole body suffers. So it is with Miriam Thompson's family, as she is a patient living with sickle cell anemia that has amounted to several intakes of antibiotics, which has affected her kidney, resulting to kidney failure, and appointments at several hospitals for treatment. Doctors said she needs an urgent kidney transplant to survive, which will cost 15 million naira. They therefore solicit on good-spirited Nigerians to come to her aid and help Miriam live her dreams. Donations can be sent to GT Bank, account number 0170591053, Thompson, E. Thompson, account name, or Wema Bank, account number 022-799-8339, Stella Thompson. For further information, contact 0802-3461-598 or 08180252273.
Help soon, Miriam. And that concludes the news at 7 on NTA Lagos Channel 10. Many thanks for your time. I am Essie Owamaka. Good evening.
Are you in search of good home appliances like refrigerators, air conditioners, microwaves, generators, and so many others? Then shop at Hatamako. Number 1 Oyetayo Street, Bolade Oshodi, Lagos. We are currently running a trade fair discount from the 1st of November to 31st of December. So hurry now to number 1 Oyetayo Street, Bolade Oshodi, Lagos State, and shop at Hatamako. All products are 3 years warranty. We also offer free maintenance on all products purchased from Hatamako.
Are you in Basic 5 or 6? This is an opportunity to showcase yourself in English language, mathematics, science, and vocational studies.